Hi there, my name's Colin and this is the Action Figure Resource video channel, the place for all your action figure news, reviews, tutorials and guides. If this is your first time to my channel, welcome. I hope you enjoy my videos. Today I'm going to be taking a look at the 10 most expensive Spider-Man figures ever released. Spider-Man is one of Marvel's most popular comic book characters, so of course his action figures are also among some of the most popular and valuable for collectors. The new Spider-Man movies always means new toys, but there are nearly an infinite number of Spider-Man action figures out there already. Hundreds of Spider-Man figures have been produced over the years from toy companies such as Toy Biz, Hasbro, Lego, Funko, Super 7 and many more. Some of them have gained a huge value over time, while others are only worth a fraction of their original cost. The values in this list are based on typical average eBay auction prices and are a rough average of the values of the various conditions of the figures, from loose and in good condition to complete in the package and mint or near mint condition. In order to get better and more accurate prices for your figures, please see my tutorials on how to value and grade your action figures here. Don't forget to check out the description box below for links to the best action figure guide on the internet with more than 60,000 individually listed action figures, given information on their release dates, the manufacturer, accessories, rarity and their historical value. For more information, click on the link here or see the description box below for more information. If you're looking for some vintage action figures to buy, check out the new AFR Vintage Action Figure store. Here you'll find great prices with worldwide delivery available, multiple currencies accepted, special offers, monthly sales and a customer loyalty program. With the customer loyalty programs you can earn points by referring a friend, liking us on social media or making a purchase. Your points can then be redeemed for special offers, gift vouchers, cashbacks or freebies. For information on the customer loyalty program, see the link in the description box below. Okay, so let's get on with today's top 10 most expensive Spider-Man figures ever produced.
ActionFigureResource.com. Yesterday's toys, today's treasures.
At number 10, we have the FAO Schwartz Spider-Man Strange Transformations set. The Strange Transformations action figure set was exclusive to FAO Schwartz in the late 90s and featured two popular versions of the Spider-Man figure. One was the Spider-Man half covered in the alien symbiote that would later become Venom, and the other was the classic Spider-Man. This set goes for approximately $100 on the secondary market. At number 9, we have the Marvel Legends Pizza Spidey. Hasbro took over the Marvel license from Toy Biz in the early 2000s, but they carried on the proud tradition of the Marvel Legends line with highly detailed and articulated action figures, including the incredible run of 80th anniversary Marvel figures. One of the all-time most popular and best Marvel Legends Spidey figures was the Pizza Spidey version of Spider-Man. This figure appeared in 2015 as part of the Hobgoblin Build-A-Figure wave that remains very popular and elusive to this day. As with the number 10 figure, this one also sells for around the $100 mark on the secondary market. Next, at number 8, we have another Marvel Legends figure, this time the Spider-Man 2099 action figure. The Pizza Spidey and this Spider-Man were released in the same line. This is the Miguel O'Hara 2099 version of Spider-Man. This figure is as highly sought after as the Pizza Spidey, if not more so. The Spider-Man 2099 came with a piece of the Hobgoblin Build-A-Figure, which was arguably one of the best Marvel Legends Build-A-Figures to be released. This is one of the few examples of a Spidey 2099 action figure available, which is what makes it so interesting and popular. The Spider-Man 2099 figure is a lot like the Peter Parker figure, making him an exciting addition to the larger Spider-Verse. This figure sells for approximately $150 on the secondary market. Number 7 is the Mattel Secret Wars Spider-Man figure. Before Toy Biz or Hasbro made Spider-Man action figures, there was Mattel. Mattel created the first big action figure line for Marvel in 1984 with their Secret Wars line. This line of toys was based on the massive Marvel crossover at the time. One of the most popular figures, not surprisingly, was their Spider-Man figure. By today's standards, the figure isn't that great, with limited articulation and soft sculpting. But bearing in mind this was in the days before real-life scanning, despite this, it remains popular and will set collectors back a pretty penny for a packaged, mint-on-the-card version, selling for approximately $250 currently on the secondary market. At number 6 is one of the very first Spider-Man action figures ever produced, which was manufactured by the Mego Corporation in the late 70s. Mego introduced the first true Spider-Man fiction in the early 1970s. These classic toys were very similar to the original 12-inch G.I. Joe action figures, which were doll-like in construction with interchangeable outfits. Variants in packaging exist for this figure, which can alter the value quite a bit. Some were carded with blister packs, whereas others were sold in solid boxes with or without a window to see the figure inside. Different box art also distinguished the varying packaging Mego used throughout the line. The 8-inch line of figures were extremely popular and were only undone by the cosmic success of the later Star Wars action figures from Kenner in 1978 and beyond. Number 5 is another Mego Spider-Man action figure, this time the 12-inch version. One of the rarest pieces from the Mego line was the 12-inch Spider-Man figure with spiderweb. This was a larger version of the 8-inch figure and also came in a variety of packaging, including blister cards and boxes. Mego experimented with a variety of different scales during this era. Once Star Wars came into the picture and introduced the 3 3/4 inch figures, Mego also tried this scale, but none of them gained popularity or any traction. The 12-inch Mego Spider-Man retails on the secondary market for around $450. Number 4 is the Spider-Man Classics Streetlight Spider-Man. As many collectors are aware, the Toy Biz Spider-Man Classics line was the forerunner to the Marvel Legends line from Toy Biz in the early 90s. This line then ran concurrently with Legends in the early 2000s from Toy Biz. Some of the rarest figures from this period originate from this classic line, and one of them is the Street Light Spider-Man. This version of the character was a repaint of an earlier version based on the art of Todd McFarlane, one of the greatest Spider-Man artists of the modern age. This figure goes for around $500 on the secondary market. Number 3, we have the Spider-Man Legendary Scale figure by Sideshow Collectibles. Some Spider-Man figures are expensive from the get-go, and that is certainly true for many of the Sideshow Collectibles figures, and especially their Legendary Scale line of figures. And one of these is the Legendary Scale Spider-Man figure, which was a hybrid of sorts between an action figure and a statue. The figure included a real fabric costume and interchangeable eyes. Sideshow Collectibles is well known for its extremely detailed and lifelike action figures, but they come with a premium price also. They often cost a few $100s at retail, but prices often skyrocket quickly, as they did with this figure when sold on the secondary market. The Legendary Scale Spider-Man figure from Sideshow Collectibles sells currently for around the $4,500 mark on the secondary market. Number 2 on the list is a more modern day released Spider-Man figure from the Funko Pop line. This metallic Spider-Man was released as a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. The Funko Pop vinyl figures have gained a huge fan base and has grown into a huge segment of the collecting community in the last decade. Part of their appeal comes in the form of the very limited edition figures like this metallic Spider-Man that Funko have released. This figure was introduced at the San Diego Comic-Con in 2011 and was limited to only 480 pieces. This makes him an exceedingly rare and well sought after figure. A regular version also shipped to retailers, but these retail for a lot less than the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, and they were not metallic versions. The metallic Funko San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Spider-Man currently sells on the secondary market for around the $4,500 mark. Okay, at the top of the list, in number 1 position, is the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Lego Spider-Man. Many of the most expensive figures released on the lists I produce are the Lego minifigures. This is because they are released in extremely limited numbers and are never reproduced. And this is one of the all-time rarest and most expensive Spider-Man figures, and also one of the smallest. This was released for the San Diego Comic-Con in 2013 and was a Marvel Superheroes promotional set with just one Spidey minifigure. This was given to attendees who won the daily raffle at the convention and came on a unique blister card. Lego minifigures typically only come with larger and equally valuable sets and rarely are released individually. The value of this figure is astronomical, but the trend is for it to continue to rise. Currently, it sells for around $5,800 on the secondary market, if you're lucky enough to find one, as they are very rarely found on any of the auction sites. Please note, all prices mentioned in this video are for informational purposes only and don't constitute an offer or solicitation to buy any at these prices. If you would like to help support this channel, please see the link above here or see the description box for more information.
Welcome to the best action figure guide in the world, the largest database of action figures on the internet with 60,000 plus individual vintage action figures listed, including Star Wars, G.I. Joe, Transformers, Teenage Ninja Mutant Turtles, and many, many more. Each toy listing has information on its release date, the manufacturer, product number, its rarity, and the historical value of the toy. Available of our special limited time beta discount of 70% and get a full year subscription for only $14.99. Join now.
Yesterday's toys, today's treasures.